Hello chat boys out there. Today in this vlog I'm going to be telling you guys all about what I got up to on my Sunday evening, my Monday, my Tuesday and my Wednesday of this week. I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. On my Sunday evening I had the second part to my split shift and it was so busy. It was probably one of our busiest quiz nights we've had in a long time. We had up to 18 groups doing the quiz, so I was running lots of food and drinks, doing lots of food and drink orders and bill taking, cleaning lots of tables, doing lots of pint pulling, and it was so busy. And I had a split shift, of course by the end of it I was absolutely cream crackered. I then got clocked off, got my bowling coat, got picked up, got back, got into my PJs, and I had my tea, and I had a stew for tea with some dumplings, and I want to show you guys a photo of that now. The stew was so good. I then finished writing my journal for the day, put that away, listened to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, and was just watching a bit of Netflix, had some cereal, and then I went off to bed. And on my Monday I got up after a nice line and I was off Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and my mum was asleep, my dad at work, older brother on the Xbox, older sister at hers, younger brother at his, and younger sister up in uni, and I was just doing some illustrations, watched a bit of Netflix, played on Pokemon Go and Subway Surfer, and then my dad got back from work and he got off to bed. Mum got up and we just watched a bit of TV, and then I went off for a massive walk and I got some flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys now. I love all the flowers starting to bloom now, the lovely yellow and pink blossoms. I also got a selfie of some lovely pink roses. I then got up to the garden centre and I went off into the cafe and had some lunch. I had a tuna cheese toasty with some chips and salad with a 7-Up, and also had a pot of tea and a bit of blueberry Victoria sponge cake, which is so good. I'm going to show you guys photos of those now. The food was so good. I let my food go down and finished off the pot of tea I had. I then went off and got some flower snaps from the flower section there that I'm going to show you guys now. I mainly just got a load of pink and red flowers on there because there wasn't many other flowers. There's a lot of red and pink flowers, so it's focused on pink and red flowers. And then I went off and got some plant snaps from the plant section inside of the garden centre that I'm going to show you guys now. I love succulents and cactuses so much, and all the lovely patterns on the plants. I then went off and had a look around the stationery and homeware section, and I'm going to show you guys what I got from there now. I got these 2 bags of sweets from the sweet section, got some Coca-Cola fizzy bottles which I love, and some brolly mixture as well, which I haven't had in so long. And I also got this mug here that says positivity, which I love. I then made my way back, and on the way back I got the snap of me holding this mug in front of some nice yellow blossoms. I then got back and my mum and Dad had taken my grandma to see my grandpa in hospital, and my older brother had gone off to stay at his girlfriend's house, so I was locked out because I forgot to take a key with me. Whoops. So I called up my brother and he told me how he was with his girlfriend. My older sister was back from being in Newcastle and she was at hers, so I could either go down to hers or go down to my grandparents' house where my aunt and cousins are, as they're staying there whilst over for 2 weeks. And so I decided to go down there instead, and I made my way down to my grandparents' house and just played some games with my cousins, had a cup of tea and some biscuits, and I could catch up with them. And then we were watching a bit of Paddington 2, and then my mum and dad dropped my grandma back. They then picked me up and we got back, and then I watched Home and Away, Escape to Country and Fire Brown, finished a bit of my new part 2, a little short story that I'm working on, did some illustrations and a bit of colouring in, just a bit of music. And then for my tea I had some pizza, and then I was just watching UK soaps, finished writing my journal, put that away. I was then just watching some Netflix, and then I went off to bed. And on my Tuesday I got up, showered and changed, had some toast and a cup of tea, and was just watching some Netflix. My mum was asleep, Dad was at work, and my older brother was at his girlfriend's, older sister was at hers, younger brother was at work, and younger sister was at uni. I then locked up and went off on a walk and went off to meet one of my colleagues for a coffee catch up. But before that I popped off to one of the flower shops and I got some flower stats that I'm going to show you guys now. I love all the pretty colours. I haven't been in there for a while because I hadn't been very well, so I was having a nice catch up with them. I also got some plant snaps from there as well that I'm going to show you guys now. Such beautiful patterns on the plants. I stayed in there for a little bit and was just chatting with the flower shopkeepers in there. I then met my colleague in our workplace for a coffee catch up, and I had a chai latte and one of the mini egg cookies that one of our colleagues had made for the cake stall stand we have in our workplace, where the cakes are in a little cake cabinet, and they were selling like hotcakes, so I'm glad that I got on when I did, and I'm going to show you guys the photo of that now. The biscuit was so good, love many eggs, and the chai latte, love chai lattes, they are my favourites at the moment, favourite thing, love a good chai latte. I stayed in there for a bit, and then my colleague who I was having a coffee catch up with was going off to have food with her family for Sushi Tuesday, Tokyo Tuesday, that we do at my workplace. And so I said goodbye, and she went off and met her family for lunch, and I went off and had a look around sort of child shops, went into W. Smith's and to some of the other shops, just ran a few errands, and I got some of these things here, these little stars to put up in my bedroom, that hang up on the wall, quite nice little foam stars, very cute. And then I also got this doll here, which is, she's wearing a black and pink floral dress with some nice pearl earrings in, and she's got like a bracelet thing as a hairband, but it works and she is very pretty. And then got this yellow dress here, which is so pretty, kind of reminds me of Belle from Beauty and the Beast, with some nice pattern on. And then this white dress here with a little flower on as well. I then went off to one of the other flower shops and got some flower sets from there that I'm going to show you guys now. Such beautiful colours. They've had a bit of a rejig in there, so I was looking at some of the new products they've got in. I then got some snaps of some of the plants that I'm going to show you guys now. Such beautiful patterns and colours on the plants. I then went off to my favourite little cafe and had a pasta pot from there, and also had a white chocolate mint frappe and a biscuit from there that I'm going to show you guys now. Love it in that cafe. I then made my way home, got back, watched Hen Away, Escape to Country and a bit of Fire Brown, wrote a bit of my journal, listened to a bit of music, and I then went off on a afternoon stroll and got some flower snaps that I'm going to show you guys now. Loving the blue skies and the sunshine and all the lovely flowers that I was able to get photos of, starting to come out now, which is great. Love this time of year with the lovely sunshine and all the lovely flowers out and about that I'm able to get snaps of. I also got a snap of some pretty leaves that I'm going to show you guys now. Such pretty patterns. I then made my way down to my grandparents' house, and my mum and dad had taken my grandma to see my grandpa in hospital again, so I went down to play with my cousins and brought Ludo down with me, and I got there and my grandma was already back. My mum and dad had dropped her back already, and so I stayed down there and we played Ludo with my cousins, and we had so much fun, laughed a lot, and it was getting pretty competitive, and we had sort of biscuits and I had some cups of tea, and then my grandma was ordering fish and chips for the girls and my aunt, and they asked if I wanted to stay for tea, so I ended up staying for tea, and I had fish and chips from the fish and chip shop, and my grandma went and got that, and I'm going to show you guys the fish and chips I had now. It was delicious. I then stayed for a little bit longer and we played some more games, and then my younger brother popped in after being at work to see our cousins and aunt, and then he kindly dropped me home, and just before dropping me home I got a snap of this lovely wreath on my grandparents' neighbour's front door, which I'm going to show you guys a photo of now. So pretty, love all the colours. I then got dropped back from being at my grandparents' house by my younger brother. He didn't come in as he had to head off back to his, and I then got back in, watched the UK soaps, finished writing my journal for today, put that away, sorted out my preset doll, and then put my preset doll away, listened to a bit of music, did some drawing and colouring in, and worked on some illustrations, and then I was just watching a little bit of Netflix. I then went off to bed, and I was just, before going to bed, watching Interior Design Masters, which is so good, and also watched a bit of Celebrity Hunted. I then went off to bed, and then on my Wednesday, which is today, I got up, showered and changed, had some toast and a cup of tea, and was just watching a bit of Netflix. My mum was asleep as she was up tonight. My dad got back from being at work and he went off to bed after sorting stuff around the house. Older brother was at his girlfriend's house, older sister at hers, younger sister at uni, and younger brother was at work. And then about 12ish, my older sister came and picked me up after getting my aunt and cousins from my grandparents' house, and then we went off to go to Bazaar in Bristol for the first time for me, which is very exciting. And so we head off there and we met my older brother and his girlfriend, who was down for a few days in Primark, where my older brother and his girlfriend had been doing a bit of shopping, and it was so busy in there, it was absolutely manic. And then we went off to Zaza Bazaar and it was all you could eat, and we got in there and it was a bit of a trek to get there, and it was a bit miserable, the weather wasn't the best, and we got up there and I was getting snaps of a load of the lanterns and the artwork they had in there. It's just stunning, and I'm going to show you guys photos of that now. Gorgeous. I then was sat in our table that we had booked and got shown the little layout where all the certain food bits are, because they have like all different type of cuisine, and it was a little bit overwhelming, to be honest. And so we went up and got little plates and just to pile it up as much as you want, and I went up about 4 or 5 times, and I'm going to show you guys some of the stuff that I had now. It was amazing. I had nachos, I had corn on the cob, I had a bit of pizza, I had a bit of everything. I even tried a bit of sushi and I actually didn't hate it, which is awesome. And had to finish off in the pudding sweet section, had jelly beans, had a few bits of cake, had some ice cream, had a few marshmallows with some chocolate from the chocolate fountain, had a jelly shot, and yeah, it was just so good. And I just had some fizzy Vimto from the drinks, you just press and it pours the drink for you. It didn't have any Fanta and they only had Pepsi Max and stuff, which is a bit of a letdown. I would have preferred to just have a bit of Fanta or a bit of regular Coke, so I just stuck with the fizzy Vimto, which is pretty good. And then we paid up and I got a selfie for these lanterns, and yeah, it was such a great time. There was 8 of us and we were all pretty stuffed by the end of it, and I'd come with my older sister, my aunt and my cousins, and then in the end I ended up coming back with my older brother and his girlfriend, and we're now home. And I am probably going to have a little nap because I think I am in a little bit of a food coma, and I'm going to be watching today's Home and Away, writing a bit of my journal, and then this evening I'm going to watch my older sister play a rugby match with my older brother and his girlfriend, which should be fun. And I got my uniform ready for tomorrow. I'm doing 10 to 3 tomorrow, and then Friday I'm working 5 till 10, and it's a pizza event night, so it should be very busy. And then I am working a 11 till 4 on Saturday. I don't know what I'm doing Sunday onwards yet, because I am yet to get the rota. We get them on Wednesday, which is today, so we should hopefully get that later on. I just really hope, fingers crossed, I'm not working another split shift Sunday. I hope that I get a Sunday evening off, as I've got family coming down from London for Easter weekend, so I'm hoping to get to see them. If not, if I am doing a split shift, I'll just have to try and see them in between my shifts, but I'll just see what happens and see if I can get cover and stuff. But yeah, should be good. Looking forward to seeing my cousins from London and getting my Easter eggs. My grandma's already got them and she said it's first come first serve, so I'm literally gonna go down there and grab them all, and it'll be good. I think we're going to be doing a little Easter egg hunt for my younger cousins. And yeah, I hope you guys have all had a lovely week so far. Please comment, like and subscribe, and I shall see you with a new vlog coming very soon. Bye.